Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecast. I just had a brief announcement. If you want to take the time to listen to this, if you want to get straight into the reading, I'll go ahead and timestamp it down below. And I just really wanted to mention that if you haven't seen it on my channel, the community post, the new channel memberships that I have introduced. So it's something brand new, and I know that you guys have already heard me talk about the Patreon membership. So that's totally separate for those who are interested in watching extended readings and a couple of extra mini readings that's not posted here on YouTube. However, with the YouTube channel memberships, it's a little bit different. There are 3 tiers that are available, and depending, of course, on which tier you end up choosing, it offers you some fun perks like loyalty badges as well as custom emojis to be able to communicate with me through the comments and on live chat. But the more important thing is, for those of you who are really interested in at least getting it's not really free because considering you are paying for the membership, but you have the opportunity to be selected to be one of the 3 people during a live stream that I will end up choosing to receive a mini reading. Either I'll do the reading for you during the live stream, or if it's more of a personal matter that you want to keep private, then I can go ahead and have my team contact you after the live stream and get all the information needed to give you your mini reading, and then just have you receive an emailed YouTube link that only you will be able to access so that you can watch your reading privately. So totally your call, but I plan on doing them every Sunday. I believe we're looking at a time start of 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And unless, of course, something happens and I'm going to have to change up the schedule for any given week, but we're going to try to stick to that schedule. So if that's something that you're interested in, the live streams will be about an hour long, and as I've mentioned, I'll be choosing 3 people during the live stream to be able to receive a mini reading, personal private reading, customized for your situation. And again, it's totally up to you if you want the collective to be able to hear what's coming through during your reading, or if you want that done privately, totally your call. All right, so it's really a great way for you guys to be able to interact with me in real time, for your comments to stand out. If you have questions or any critiques or anything really that you want to be able to share with me in the comments, my team will be able to sift through that and have those comments stand out, since you would be a channel member. All right, guys, and of course I might go ahead and add some exclusive content to that the more members we end up getting. So this is all fairly brand new for me. We're really still learning how everything works, and to be able to get all of the logistics going and ready for a live stream. Once we do have enough members to be able to do a live stream, I'll go ahead and post that separately, so you'll be aware that it's scheduled at such and such date and time. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all I wanted to do this time around, to be able to introduce that for those of you who didn't get a chance to see the community post. And if you have any questions about it, you can either email me or my assistant, and they'll be able to get back to you right away on any questions that you might have. So again, I look forward to being able to interact with you live during the live streams, to be able to answer some of the questions that you guys might have. So we're still really determining the lineup of what a love stream, I guess you could call it a love stream, during the live stream, to be able to interact with channel members. All right, guys, so I'll leave it at that. So let's dive right into your reading. Hello, everyone. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading focused on not necessarily just twin flames or soulmates, more so simply 2 hearts in separation, however way you might label your connection, whether twin flames, soulmate, or some other reference. We're not really focusing too much on the labels here today, guys, just the overall vibe and connection. And for those of you who are not together specifically, So I wanted to start with these two decks here, the Issues deck by Fire Witch Tarot and the Twin Flame Reality Check Volume 2 deck. Jennifer Aquarius Tarot created this one. Now it does say Twin Flame Reality Check, but again, for this reading, we're not focused on the labels, just the messages. General advice as always, guys. So let's get right into it for whoever is in need of this reading. For those of you who are either thinking about somebody that you're in separation from and wanting to reconnect. So this reading will not focus on those of you who are in separation and you're not interested in any sort of reunion with that person. Okay, so let's get into it. I'll be using these decks as I've mentioned and clarify everything with tarot. So this is one of the longer readings for whoever needs it. So what are the issues when it comes to you and your person here? Let's go ahead and grab some issues. And not every issue that presents itself here from these cards might be something that you're able to relate to. So pick and choose which one makes sense for you. And ultimately, that's why it's a general reading, because not every bit of it will make sense, although it can. All right, so let's grab some issues. We have emotionally withdrawn, pulls back emotionally and bottles up their feelings. All right, and then let's grab a couple more here. So you already know if that's your story, if you're dealing with somebody like that. No chemistry, lack of chemistry, missing the spark. And that could also explain why you guys are at a distance from one another. Maybe you decided, you know, because of the lack of chemistry, it wasn't worth taking a look at how this is all going to play out long distance. You know, is it worth it to put in any more of your effort into that relationship? So maybe these two cards right here could actually go together if somebody, or maybe you, the viewer, you're withdrawn emotionally, you're not tapped into your heart space because you're not feeling the chemistry with this person. Interesting. Let's go ahead and grab another card from here. One more issue. Caught up, always gets caught cheating, lying, keeping secrets. Well, that would certainly create a separation between two people, wouldn't it? So let's go ahead and clarify these messages here. I might go ahead and grab another batch of cards from that deck because these are very specific messages coming through here. I wanted to go ahead and introduce my newest tarot deck. This is the Tan Yellow Tarot. I know it's a little bit hard to see with that red coming through there. So let's go ahead and clarify what's going on here. So if you relate to this for yourself, that you pulled back from a relationship, a connection, I can't make it up. Look at that. 3 of Swords representing heartbreak, more than likely because they cheated on you. They betrayed your trust. They were deceptive, trust issues. Okay, no longer feeling the spark. And so I feel with cards like the 3 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and now we've got the 2 of Wands coming through here. What I'm ultimately feeling for you, the viewer, is that you're ready to move forward. You're ready to be able to find a love that you do feel that chemistry with, somebody that is very compatible with you, and somebody who could also represent that 2 of Cups true love that perhaps this person could not offer for you. So it makes sense for me, the direction that this is going. After having experienced disappointments in love and romance, you're really wanting to take things forward to be able to plan for a better future with the right person. And then we've got the Knight of Cups coming up here with a very romantic vibe. All right, so that's actually really nice. This could be the person that you connect with in the future. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or maybe you are the water sign here. And we've got all sorts of signs really represented here, elements of air, fire, and water. So we don't have any earth so far, but let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through here. So basically, if you relate to this, you've detached from a relationship because there was no longer any chemistry. So it could be you, I'm feeling, that's emotionally withdrawn from a person because it just wasn't happening for you. So I wanted to go ahead and grab some more issues here. So if that first batch of issues didn't relate to your situation, let's go ahead and see if this one does. Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever is watching, focusing on a soul connection, the person that you're thinking about. What are some of the issues? Hot and cold, all good, then all bad, in and out, yes, then no. You could be dealing with somebody that couldn't really make up their mind what they wanted, and so they were in your life 1 second and out the next. Okay, let's grab a couple more. What other issues are presenting itself here? Domestic violence, that as well is a pretty serious thing, you know, so if you are in separation from somebody that physically abused you or hurt you, it could be verbal abuse as well. That explains why you're no longer with this person. Okay, let's grab one more issue for the collective. So for some of you, what seems to be presenting itself in this reading is it makes absolutely 100% makes sense why you're no longer with them. But we're also seeing that if you relate to what's come through so far, you're really wanting to move forward to be able to find the right kind of love for you. Let's grab one more issue for the collective. Kiss and tell. Gossips about what happens within the connection, and they run their mouth. So this could also be one of those situations where they put it out there on blast. They put it out on social media. Everybody knows your business, you know, and especially if you tend to be a private person, you're not really wanting the whole world to know what's going on in your romantic life, especially. That could have been an issue. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot for this batch of cards. I'll be pulling from my Luna Tarot this time. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective, whoever is tuned in for this reading. We're taking a look at the issues first. And for those of you who are interested in a reconciliation, of course, we'll grab some insight focusing on that. So Divine Feminine, you're coming in with the energy of the Queen of Cups, very intuitive in nature there. And so if someone has been running hot and cold in your life, you know, this is you already knowing that. You're trusting your heart, you're trusting your gut, your intuitive nature. It's already picking up off of that vibe. So I don't think you really need this reading to know that. I feel you already know that. It's a part of what you are suspecting when it comes to this partnership. Look at the next card. We've got the Seven of Swords. So deception, you're dealing with somebody that you could not trust, who perhaps was involved with other people, because this could have been infidelity or cheating in the partnership. And if it wasn't that, then they were just doing things behind your back or keeping things from you, doing shady things here. Let's see what else. So there's some sort of betrayal that's popping up here, and no wonder you guys are in separation. All right, so we've got the Nine of Swords, which in the upright, as you can see, it's nightmares, fears, anxieties, things of that type of vibe. But it's coming up in the reverse here. So the Nine of Swords in the reverse, it can still sometimes be an indication that there's this feeling of despair after having gone through so many challenges in a partnership, but it could also be a card of hope, all right? Giving you hope that despite what you have been through in your life, in your romantic life, there is hope that you will be able to find love again. This could also be telling you, for those, again, we're focusing on separation, so this person that you are not with at this point in time, they more than likely will want to reach out to you. But look at the next card here. All right, we've got the Death card showing up. So some of you could be a Scorpio or dealing with a Scorpio. It ended. It came to an end. So now you're being directed towards a new beginning in your life, a new chapter, a new door to be able to start fresh, to start again. And maybe right now you're just working on yourself to be able to heal your heart, or to just put yourself first, you know, to make yourself a priority. It came to an end for a reason, but I feel that that might actually be a blessing in disguise, because it's leading you here towards the Nine of Cups, which is all about a wish that can still manifest for you. you know? So even though this wish with this person might not have manifested, I feel through a new beginning, there's better out there for you. Look at this. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles, manifestation. So 2 cards right next to each other talking about manifestation. And I feel one chapter in your romantic life came to an end in order to kind of hit the reset button, allow you to be able to really make this wish come true. And that could lead you towards something really beautiful and solid here, because this can also represent some sort of solid offer that will eventually come your way. That could even lead towards long-term commitment or marriage if that's something that you are interested in. All right, so those are some of the issues coming through for this reading. I wanted to go ahead and grab some insight from the reality check. All right, so let's grab some cards. Reality check for your connection. We have a 10, okay, and it does say completion, fulfillment, end of a journey. It makes sense, right? Considering what we've already seen, that something came to an end. That cycle did complete, preparing you for something new. We also have the number 8. So 10 and 8 could be significant numbers for you. It could also be 108. It could be October 8th for some of you. That could be a significant date. Focus, determination, and strength. So that could be picking up off of the Strength card in tarot, as well as maybe the Wheel of Fortune as well. Something is completing, but it's offering you a new chapter to start again. That could also be picking up off of the energy of the World card, you know, cycle completion. Look at this. We do have repeat cycles, recurring patterns. So if you notice that perhaps through your choices in your romantic life, there are cycles that keep repeating, that could be very challenging. It could be that there's a lesson that's wanting to be learned, but maybe you have either not learned it or have failed to see the red flags in order to stop the cycle, in order to prevent these recurring patterns from happening, especially if it just ends up hurting you in the end. Okay? And this could be a warning. Don't get blindsided. Don't get blindsided based off of some of the choices that you have made in your romantic life. In other words, try to not repeat the patterns of the past, getting yourself involved with people or a particular type of connection where you've seen the red flags before, but then maybe you get into a similar relationship and get into that same pattern repetitively, okay? And look at this, getting caught up. I kind of feel that for some of you, that maybe you get too caught up in a relationship despite any red flags that might be trying to grab your attention. So that's really important that you notice that. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot. I'll be pulling from my Tarot Teacher, the revised edition. So something came to an end for a reason. It's not meant to be a part of your future. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective, for whoever needs these messages. And sometimes it's scary, you know, to open up a new cycle, open up to new opportunities in love, especially after having been hurt, or again, just the whole thing of repeating cycles that have hurt you repeatedly. We've got 8s popping up here, so there's something significant there. This is movement right here. It makes sense for me considering this represents a cycle that has completed. So once it has completed, not that you don't have a choice, but this is life really wanting you to move forward, you know? It's almost like the train is here. Get on the train, you know, so that you can get going to your next destination. And things could be moving rather quickly once you realize that this part of your journey is over. You know, there's no use in holding on to what is no longer. That is what I'm getting there. We do have the Four of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Ten of Cups. And then we've got the Six of Cups. Lots of cups energy. Lots of water energy. We've got earth signs popping up now with the Pentacles. Fire signs with the Wands. So the Four of Pentacles could be, take it if it applies, maybe you and your person could have been arguing about money or the lack of it. They could have been very controlling. They could have been the jealous type. They could have been very possessive. They could have had some past issues that they failed to address, and therefore, here we go with the repetitive cycles, the recurring patterns. And if this is something that you're able to relate to for yourself, whatever that is pertaining to, it's time to learn the lesson behind it. It's time to address it. If there are any red flags that you are picking up off of, you know, just take a cool minute to really figure that out. Otherwise, you might get yourself entangled into another complicated situation, getting caught up, as we can see here, and then getting blindsided all over again. So the Three of Cups, sometimes it can indicate a third-party situation. If you tend to get yourself in these types of situations repeatedly, then that might ultimately explain why the person that you're focused on, you're no longer with them. You know, either they got themselves mixed up and it's a third party, was very complicated, and it just couldn't go the distance. Or you might tend to get yourself involved in very complicated situations. So those types of cycles, that needs to no longer be a part of the direction you want to go. Because if you want to end up here with this Ten of Cups, it can represent a reunion. And interestingly enough, the Six of Cups and Ten of Cups can both focus on the desire for a reunion, focusing on the past rather than what's ahead of you, you know? Not to say that you can't manifest that Ten of Cups, where you can be 100% fulfilled in life. And that's what this is also talking about, that fulfillment that you can actually achieve by closing certain doors, by walking away from relationships that you know are not going to end up going in the direction you want to go. Because this is a beautiful relationship right here. Could lead towards marriage. This person is very connected to you, okay? Now, for some of you, you might be feeling very nostalgic, and that's where you're caught up. Memories of the past, wanting somebody to return. But you have to question yourself as well. If you guys come back together, if you do have a reunion with this person, are there red flags there that need to be addressed? Or has it already been addressed and you guys have a clean slate to start over? Okay, so those are things that you have to think about. Otherwise, you might be bringing something back that will, once again, get you onto this never-ending hamster wheel of repetitive cycles. And if you ended up getting hurt when you guys went into separation with this person, then it might ultimately take you back there, and then you're going to get blindsided again, get caught up in the drama, and then get hurt all over again. And that's a cycle that you want to be able to put a stop to it. Okay? So maybe that's why it's coming through, in order for you to avoid that cycle from happening again. All right, guys. So I wanted to go ahead and grab... This is a deck by Pretty Spirits. It is their Reconciliation Edition. So let's go ahead and grab some cards from here and see, is it possible for you guys to come back together? Or are there still blockages that are preventing union at this time? Let's see. Long distance between you. I mean, it makes sense, all right, because of the separation. Now, for some of you guys, that could be a literal interpretation where you live very far away from each other. It could be cities, states, or even countries, okay? The long distance is quite prominent here. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more cards. Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever needs these messages, is there a possibility for a reunion here, or are there any blockages that are preventing that at this time? Are there blockages? You are not being heard. That could have also been a challenge as far as how you guys communicated with each other. You know, ooh, and this one just wanted to come out of the deck. Minor setback. It's not a major setback, it's a minor one. So maybe this is fixable. Look at this next card. Karmic lessons. Okay, so those karmic lessons are crucial as far as you and your person coming back together. That might also have something to do with the repetitive patterns. Okay, pause and reflect. So right now I'm feeling for some of you guys, you're not with your person right now for a reason. Maybe it's just not the right time. And this is giving you the opportunity really to go within and think things through and contemplate and reflect on what it is that you want, the journey that you've been on in the past with this person. Is it worth revisiting? The sexual compatibility that's coming through. So the intimacy, that's not an issue. You guys perhaps have a very strong connection in that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional tarot here. I'll be pulling from my Illuminated Star Tarot Volume 2. Let me set this guy over here and this one over here. Okay. So there's long distance, makes sense. You guys are not together. Lessons that need to be learned here, better communication. You know, it's not enough to be able to talk. You guys have to actually listen to what the other one's saying. But it is a minor setback, which for me can be a possibility that you guys have a chance. Whatever that setback is, maybe there's a chance for you guys to overcome that and find your way back to each other. There's that strength reference once again. We've got the Queen of Pentacles coming in. Divine Feminine, maybe you are an Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. We also have Leo coming in. Okay, so this is one of those things where perhaps it could be the feminine who might be needing to tap into your inner strength to be able to either reach out to your masculine or find the strength within you to learn these lessons, to heal your heart space, to move forward and maybe put yourself first on your priority list for a change. The Queen of Pentacles is also a very maternal energy. So some of you, take it if it makes sense, you've already had children with your masculine. So this affected not only a partnership, but a family also. Ten of Wands represents those burdens that we tend to carry sometimes. And some of those burdens might have something to do with these karmic lessons and those repetitive patterns that we've seen. But as you can see here, you really are being offered a new beginning. But somebody's going to have to take some sort of action to get this going, you know. New beginnings for sure. Minor setbacks tells us that there's the possibility that you guys can overcome some struggles here. And then we do have a divine masculine coming in as the King of Cups. So we could have a masculine and a feminine who might eventually be able to find your way back to each other. I feel this is a masculine who is ready to offer this cup of love to the feminine. And remember earlier, the Queen of Cups came in. So we now have the King and the Queen of Cups both coming through in this reading, telling us that maybe this person is your love of a lifetime. Maybe they are your divine counterpart. Maybe you guys are actually equally matched up, ready to offer that love to each other. That's just what I'm getting from there. All right, so let's continue. Let's see what else needs to come through here. I'm guided to pull from two of my newest decks. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, hold on one second here. Got cards mixed up. Okay. So I'm going to use both of my exposed decks. The exposed, this darker one is focused on the Divine Masculine. The exposed 2 deck is focused on the Divine Feminine. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some cards from each. Let's take a look at the Divine Masculine energy here and what that looks like at this time. The masculine that you are in separation from, Divine Feminine. Take whichever card best resonates how you feel your person, your masculine is. All right, let's see. I'm guided to pull 4 cards. There's 2, 3, and there's our 4th one. What do we have for the masculine? Tender-hearted, faithful, obnoxious, and refined. All right, so take whichever one of these you feel is describing your masculine. So pretty much all of these, with the exception of the obnoxious card, is pretty positive. And let's go ahead and grab some cards now, focusing on the feminine. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on the Divine Feminine energy here. All right, Divine Feminine, what is your energy? And if you happen to be Divine Masculine, watching for a feminine, let's take a look and see where is the feminine at. Go ahead and grab 4 cards as well. This one wanted to flip up. We've got calm and composed. Let's grab 3 more. 1 more. Ooh, these are nice. Okay, so we've got trustworthy. We do have clingy, okay, and then we have soulmate. All right, so those are the energies for the masculine as well as the feminine. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some cards here to clarify these energies. So the only challenges that I'm seeing, really, if you're dealing with an obnoxious masculine and Divine Feminine, if you're holding on to a masculine that you know is not even worthy of your time and energy, that could be a repetitive cycle. Okay, so if you find yourself getting into relationships where you're trying to do everything and anything to be able to salvage a partnership, but then they're not giving you as much effort, maybe not even treating you right, that's a cycle that needs to stop. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot. I'll be pulling from volume 1 this time, the Illuminated Star Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever needs these messages, for the person that you are in separation from. What's the advice? Okay, so we do have the 9 of Wands coming up reversed. In the upright, it could be that you've got your boundaries up, but it is coming up in the reverse here, which is simply telling us that some of you guys are just tired. You're tired of dealing with the drama of what you've been through. And then we've got the 5 of Cups showing up, all right? That sense of grieving something, maybe feeling lonely because you are in separation. But we do have somebody here who they've got some issues that they need to address and to clear. We do have the Page of Wands here, and sometimes the Page of Wands can be the type of person who gets easily distracted by other people or other things. The relationship just tends to not be their priority, and they might be the type to not really want to stick around. They want to be able to explore their options. The Strength card, or the Strength reference, that is popping up again. And so maybe there's a reason for that, because remember, it came through earlier with the volume 2 card, okay? So bravery, compassion, inner strength in the upright. That's what it's focused on. And there's a reason, guys, why that is coming through in this reading. Because maybe some of you are not feeling very strong to be able to get past some of the challenges that you have been through with your person. But we do have the 10 of Pentacles showing up, which is actually a really great card. And either one of you could be doing a lot better here financially. Maybe money matters are finally looking up. But Ten of Pentacles could also represent a perfect match in a partnership. It could represent the security and love, that there's the possibility that you can find happiness again, that you will connect with somebody that you really do feel a very strong bond with. And then we've got the Four of Wands, which could represent a twin flame connection for some of you. We've got the Ace of Cups right here, a new beginning in love. Now, for those of you who are in separation from somebody and they've hurt you too much and you're really not interested in revisiting that partnership, this is also a chance to be able to move forward and find love again. But we can't ignore the fact that this Four of Wands represents a possible reunion. Whether it's twin flame, soulmate, or however way you see this person, it doesn't have to be either label there, but there's a possibility for a reunion here. This is our 1111 card in tarot. If you see that number or see the time, there's something significant there. That could be your angel guides, your spirit guides, the universe really trying to give you a sign that maybe you really have found your person here. But we also have the Judgment card, so I can't help but feel for some of you guys, you will hear from this person that you are in separation from. They have had an awakening. They've gone through some things themselves, and maybe now they realize that you're the one that got away, that you are the one that they belong to or with, and they want to come forward with an apology, maybe, at least communication. Whether it ends up being a reconciliation or you guys just being able to find closure so you can move forward, that might actually be a beneficial conversation that needs to be had here. Okay, so there could be some communication coming in from this person that you are in separation from. Okay, wow. Let's go ahead and grab some final advice here. I wanted to grab some healing messages because we had some challenging stuff that popped up. Let's go ahead and see what the advice is here as far as healing that energy or healing from the experience. For the person tuning in, angels and spirit guides, please, some healing advice to be able to help this person move forward in their life, whether there is a reunion or not. Some of you have families, some of you have children, as we've seen in this reading. There's also this need for you to take care of yourself, your physical self. Okay. Answered prayer is also coming through here. Whatever it is that you have prayed about, whether it's for a reunion, whether it's for closure, whether it's to find new love, your prayers have been heard. There's also this very playful energy coming through that could be coming from your children, especially those of you who have a very young family, okay? But this playful energy could also be just fun, youthful energy. It could be lots of laughter that you're surrounding yourself with, or spending time with people that really uplift you and make you happy. As far as your love life is concerned, I feel things can really turn around for you. This is the next card. We've got focus. And then lastly, we've got blessings, all very positive. Okay, so all of these things can help you to heal, to be able to move forward, again, to either welcome in a reconciliation with somebody that you are estranged from and you guys aren't together. I feel there's this need to really sit down and talk things through. I'm also feeling that there are red flags from the past that need to be addressed, lessons that need to be learned, but it really comes down to having better communication. And this focus card, you know, what you choose to focus on is where your energy flows. And I feel if you're more so focused on yourself and your family, then that's where you got to focus. And you know this. And if you're wanting to focus on a romantic partnership and being able to manifest that, then absolutely you can. You're surrounded by blessings. You're surrounded by so many uplifting energies here to be able to help move you forward in life. Again, whether that's a reunion or you being able to just open up a brand new opportunity, to find happiness elsewhere. Okay, so I really kind of feel that the universe has your back here and you're going to be okay. All right, guys, so I will leave it at that. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Take care.